congratulations again. Was there ever any doubt you'd be captain? You always personally and team-wise thought all sweet?
It's something I wanted, yeah, for sure. It was a challenging year for us on a lot of levels. We didn't have the team success we wanted, and as a captain, as a leadership group, we had to manage that. But I've been proud of the way the group and the leaders were able to manage and get through the season and finish strongly and have some strong periods throughout the year. And I think, well, we've started the pre-season with a real energy about us, and the group's in such a great place. And yeah, I definitely feel like I can really contribute and take the group to some success pretty soon.
I guess the goal is still to be a premiership captain. I think that's the goal.
That's it, yeah. I got briefed on that. You're probably asking what my legacy is going to be, and that's the first thing. Yeah, I want to be a premiership captain, and I want to be respected by my teammates. I think they're pretty simple things to go by. It hasn't changed much from when I first walked through the door. I want to be a premiership player, and I want to be respected by my teammates. And now the responsibility changes a little bit, but I think to keep those goals pretty similar, and they're pretty driving forces of my career, and that's what I'll continue to strive for.
What did you learn last year, Alex? And to be honest, you probably copped unfairly some criticism. It was almost like because you were captain, the team wasn't winning games. What did you learn out of yourself that you'll make better this year, or you'll be better because of this year?
Yeah, I think I'll be able to handle the ups and downs. Hopefully there's not as many ups and downs, and we can just start the season off really well. But I think the big thing I learned is that through those periods, we were able to maintain internally a really strong base of leadership and connection amongst the group, and we were able to climb out of some holes and maintain some form that sort of went up and down again. And then at the end of the season, when we're out of finals contention and that sort of external motivation isn't there, like it's easy for the group to drop away and internally things to fall apart a little bit. But I feel like that was that last sort of month. We had a couple of close losses, a couple of good wins, and the way we were able to sort of galvanise together, it just shows that the group is really internally driven, and that's what's been on show this pre-season. We're all happy with how the season went, and I think that's really started firing a lot of guys, and there's a real hunger and desperation that I've seen from everyone, including us as leaders.
Is there any correlation between leadership group, and I won't say that, and how the team went, or is that a silly way to look at it? Was it more just injuries and form, etc.? Can you be better as a leadership group, do you think, to help this team get a bit higher?
I think it's a good question. The role of the leadership group is obviously to help lead and influence, but it's also to play well and perform. And often your leadership group is your top half dozen of your top dozen players, so you need to be able to perform. But I think our improvement this year is going to come from a lot of our younger players who have had some games under their belt, 10, 20, 30, 50 games, who, as I said, got to the end of the season and thought, no, I don't like how this is going. We want to be successful right now. And be able to see some of the guys, I think in particular, Jordan Clark and Josh Tracy are two young guys who've had a bit of experience, and they've come back fit, hungry, a lot more vocal, and that's been a bit of a shift of the group. There's a lot more guys that are taking responsibility and saying that, well, we're not going to leave it to Alex or to our leaders. We're all going to lead, and we're all going to take this group forward, and that's a really good spot to be in.
The J-Lo mentioned at the members AGM the other week that he doesn't want the young tag anymore. Do you think it's time that this group just kind of accepts it's about results and there's no more excuses in that sense?
Yeah, I don't mind the young tag, but the young tag is why we're going to be successful. We're going to use our youth and our speed and our fitness that we've put on show this pre-season, and we're going to play with a passion and I guess be unburdened by the expectation I think from last year. And when we struggled, we looked a bit tense and unsure, and we want to be able to play with some enthusiasm and some real, as I said, use that youth to utilise our pace and that kind of thing.
And I guess yourself, being appointed captain, you've signed some players over the off-season, Sean Darcy just this week, that sort of thing. I guess are you sort of like all in now that it's kind of like finals this this season is the goal, and I guess you're not going to accept anything less?
I'm only looking at this year, and we want to be. There's no ceiling on what we can achieve. We're all really hungry, and we want to be back playing finals. We won't look too far ahead, but we want to win every game. We want to be a successful team. We want to be back up there competing, and it's not just me that wants that. It's not just the coach. It's not just the leaders. It's the whole group that really are striving to get back up in contention.
Alex, there's been a bit of talk about whether you need two really good ruckmen nowadays, and whether signing Sean was the way to go. Do you have a view on that?
I don't know. I think you need good players, and I know Sean's a really, really good player, and I know Jacko is as well. They're two of the best rucks in the competition, and to have two, I think, is a luxury. And we've seen them both go forward, and I've played on them as forwards, and they're really dangerous. They're unique in the way they use their forward craft, and I think we'll be able to utilise them in many ways this year. We saw Jacko go through the midfield at times. I'm not sure how, but I just think you need A-grade players to be able to be successful, and I know that they're both A-graders.
And one more from me. I read when you were on your holidays, you were training on a golf course. Is that right? Is it Canada or
Close in Montana.
And that you had to take anti-bear spray with you in case you got attacked by bears. Were you running with bear spray?
I wasn't running with bears, but I was running with bear spray. Yeah, it was up on the border of near Canada, and it was cold, 0 degrees, and there's grizzlies around, and they hadn't gone into hibernation yet. So whenever you go outside, you have to strap a can of bear spray. So I was showed how to click the safety, and if one comes at me, if I couldn't run away from it, of course, I'll back myself to get away.
How long are they? They're pretty quick, apparently.
I think I'd use the spray.
Very good.
Your body's all good and everything thinks I saw you sprinting like Usain Bolt out there on the running machine.
Like Peter Bowl out there. Body's feeling really good. I had some niggles towards the end of the season, and the off-season is always good to be able to relax from a mental but also a physical point of view. So I'm in a good space. I've joined in most of footy training, and we're back a little bit early this year, so it's nice to get a bit more footy in. We've got another week, and then we've got a big chunk post-Christmas. So I feel like I'm in a good space body-wise.
And just the last one, leadership group stays the same, which is a good confidence vote in that leadership group and what they did last year.
Yeah, absolutely. We obviously had the handover last year with Nathan, and it was all pushed back a little bit. It was a late vote, and there was a lot of change. I was a new captain, new vice captains, 3 new members of the leadership group. So, as I said, we learned a lot about ourselves as individuals and as leaders throughout last year. So to be able to go again, reload with that same leadership group, I'm really excited. And to have the calibre of Andy and Caleb as vice captains to lead alongside, I'm really excited about it. It's a great privilege and honour.
The chirpy little fellas, they don't mind saying that we'd like to be captain, both of them. Does that make you laugh, or does that make you think, hang on, boys, just put it back a touch?
So they should be ambitious. We're all ambitious, and I think they will be captains one day. We'll just see, man.